the world of boxing, where bruising fists and tactical brilliance once ruled, a new contender has emerged: money. The highly publicized fight between Jake Paul, the self-proclaimed problem child, and Mike Tyson, the legendary heavyweight champion, has sparked endless debate about whether fans witnessed a genuine sporting event or an elaborate payday wrapped in drama. With rumors of leaked scripts and suspicions of staged theatrics, this fight, and others in Jake Paul's resume, are raising questions about the authenticity of modern boxing spectacles. The scripted spectacle: was Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson real? When the announcement of a fight between 58-year-old Mike Tyson and Jake Paul broke, fans were divided. On one hand, there was intrigue at the idea of a boxing icon stepping back into the ring. On the other, skepticism loomed over whether Tyson, far removed from his prime, could truly compete with a much younger opponent. As fight night unfolded, it became increasingly apparent that this was no ordinary bout. From the first bell, Tyson displayed his trademark bob and weave style, momentarily evoking memories of his glory days. However, his punches lacked the devastating power that once struck fear into opponents. Jake Paul, meanwhile, played it safe, landing controlled jabs and keeping his distance. By the later rounds, the fight devolved into what many fans described as a glorified sparring session. The absence of knockouts, Tyson's visibly diminished reflexes, and Paul's cautious approach all fueled suspicions of a prearranged outcome. Adding fuel to the fire was the alleged leaked fight script, which outlined the sequence of events almost to perfection. According to the script, Tyson would dominate early with flashes of brilliance before Jake Paul took control and secured the victory. Critics argued that the fight mirrored this narrative too closely to be coincidental. While no hard evidence confirms the fight was scripted, the uncanny similarities between the script and reality left fans questioning whether they had been duped. Jake Paul's track record: a history of staged drama? Jake Paul's boxing career has been marked by as much controversy as it has by viral success, with many critics pointing to a pattern of carefully orchestrated fights designed more for entertainment than genuine competition. From his early bouts against fellow social media influencers to his headline-grabbing matches against former MMA fighters, Paul's track record is riddled with questionable moments. Opponents like Ben Askren and Tyron Woodley appear either outmatched or oddly hesitant, fueling speculation that these fights were more about creating viral knockouts and pay-per-view revenue than proving Paul's skills in the ring. The narrative of stage drama was further amplified by bizarre pre-fight stipulations, such as Woodley's tattoo bet, and post-fight controversies about the opponent's performances. While Paul has undeniably drawn attention to the sport and showcased his own improving abilities, his career remains overshadowed by accusations of manipulation, scripted outcomes, and fights tailored to bolster his brand rather than challenge him as a legitimate boxer. The Ben Askren fight. Jake Paul's fight against Ben Askren was one of the most controversial bouts in his career, sparking widespread criticism and fueling accusations of staged drama. Askren, a former MMA champion renowned for his grappling skills rather than his striking abilities, was seen as an odd choice for Paul's boxing opponent. Leading up to the fight, Askren's visibly out-of-shape physique and lack of focus during training hinted at a lack of seriousness about the match. When the fight took place, Paul knocked Askren out in the first round with a clean punch that ended the bout in less than 2 minutes. While Paul celebrated the victory, many fans and critics questioned the legitimacy of the fight, suggesting that Askren had taken a dive for the paycheck. The event's credibility was further undermined by Askren's demeanor before and after the fight. Known for his calm and confident persona, Askren showed little concern about the outcome and later admitted he had taken the fight purely for financial reasons. This admission only added fuel to the theory that the match was less about competition and more about creating a viral moment for Paul's burgeoning boxing career. Critics argued that the fight epitomized the problem with celebrity boxing matches, where entertainment value and monetary gains often overshadow the sport's integrity. While Paul gained another victory and extended his undefeated record, the Ben Askren fight left a sour taste for boxing purists who saw it as a carefully orchestrated stunt rather than a legitimate contest. Tyron Woodley's tattoo bet rematch. The rematch between Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley often referred to as the tattoo bet fight, became infamous for its theatrics as much as its outcome. The unusual premise of the fight revolved around a bet. If Woodley lost, he would have to tattoo "I love Jake Paul" on his body. This odd stipulation, agreed upon in the lead-up to the bout, raised eyebrows and drew criticism for turning a professional boxing match into a publicity stunt. The fight itself only added to the controversy. Woodley, a former UFC champion known for his striking power and aggressive fighting style, appeared uncharacteristically passive. His lack of urgency in the ring, combined with a hesitant approach, left fans speculating about whether the match was prearranged to favor Paul. Paul, for his part, capitalized on Woodley's cautiousness, delivering a dramatic sixth-round knockout that quickly became a viral sensation. While the highlight reel moment added another win to Paul's growing boxing resume, the fight's credibility was heavily scrutinized. Many critics pointed out that Woodley, who had been more aggressive in their first encounter, seemed more focused on avoiding risks than going for the win. The post-fight spectacle of Woodley getting his "I love Jake Paul" tattoo on his finger only deepened suspicions that the rematch was more about creating entertainment value and internet buzz than showcasing authentic boxing competition. For many fans, the fight symbolized the growing trend of boxing events being crafted more as spectacles than true athletic contests. Anderson Silva, a carefully curated challenge. Jake Paul's fight against Anderson Silva was widely seen as another calculated step in his controversial boxing career. Silva, a legendary MMA fighter and former UFC champion, brought undeniable star power to the matchup but was far from his prime at 47 years old. While Silva's striking skills and agility posed a more credible challenge than some of Paul's previous opponents, his age and lack of professional boxing experience raised questions about whether he was the right test for Paul. During the fight, Silva displayed flashes of his brilliance, but seemed reluctant to capitalize on opportunities, leading some fans to speculate whether the bout had been staged to ensure Paul's victory. Paul ultimately secured a unanimous decision win, further boosting his record and reputation, but critics argued that the fight was another example of Paul carefully selecting opponents who would enhance his image while limiting risk. For purists, it reinforced the belief that Paul's career is built more on strategic matchmaking than genuine competition. Money over morals. Jake Paul has built his career on blending entertainment and sport, and his fights often feel more like blockbuster events than pure athletic contests. This approach has undeniably been lucrative, but it has also raised concerns about the integrity of boxing as a whole. By prioritizing spectacle over competition, these events risk undermining the sport's credibility. In the case of the Tyson fight, the financial incentives were clear. For Tyson, it was an opportunity to secure a multi-million-dollar payday without the physical risks of a brutal match. For Paul, it was another chance to boost his profile by defeating a boxing legend. Together, they generated massive pay-per-view sales and media buzz, proving that the allure of money often punches harder than the fists in the ring. Fan reactions. Nostalgia meets disappointment. For fans of Mike Tyson, the fight was bittersweet. Seeing the legendary boxer back in action stirred feelings of nostalgia. But watching him struggle against an opponent 31 years, his junior, was disheartening. Many questioned why Tyson, who had nothing left to prove, would agree to a fight that seemed designed to favor his younger counterpart. On the other side, Jake Paul's fans celebrated another win for the YouTuber-turned-boxer, though even some of his supporters acknowledged the fight's lack of authenticity. Social media was flooded with memes and debates, with many calling the bout a cash grab and accusing both fighters of prioritizing their wallets over the sport. What does this mean for boxing? The controversies surrounding Jake Paul's fights reflect a broader shift in the boxing landscape. While traditional boxing matches still exist, they often struggle to compete with the flashy, celebrity-driven events that dominate pay-per-view sales. Fighters like Jake Paul have tapped into a new audience, one that values entertainment as much as athleticism. However, this trend comes at a cost. For purists, these fights undermine the sport's rich history and traditions. The emphasis on scripting drama and avoiding real danger creates a product that feels more like reality TV than professional boxing. As these events grow in popularity, the risk is that genuine competition could be overshadowed by money-making spectacles. What do you think? Are Jake Paul's fights legitimate or just elaborate money grabs? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more content like this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.